Hi everyone, I'm Missy Gannon and I am the co-captain of Team Discraft, and we're going to take a look at what I'm bagging for the 2025 season. First off, this year I am rocking the Paul Macbeth PX1 bag by Grip Equipment. I love grip bags. I've been with them for a few years now, and this new bag has a ton of storage, really smart layout, and I can pretty much carry anything that I want on the course. And it's just a really, really comfortable bag. First, let's get into my putt and approach discs. My main putting putters are this special blend CT Rubber Blend Challenger SS. I've been putting with these for a couple of years now, and I actually got to design these discs in terms of the plastic blend. So I really love the tack and the grip, and I just love the Challenger SS. Next up, my approach discs. I've got three main approach discs. We've got the Fierce, the Challenger SS, and of course, the Zone. These are just a staple in my bag. I've had these three molds pretty much since I started with Discraft, and they're never gonna come out. I love throwing these for all different stabilities. We've got the understable for the Fierce. We've got the straight, kind of torque resistant with the Challenger SS, and then of course my trusty overstable Zone. Next up, we will go into my mid-ranges. I have quite a few mid-ranges, all different stabilities. I think one of my favorite ones would be the Sol. It's kind of in between, like a hybrid putter mid. I love throwing this when I'm standstill. I can throw it on anhyzer. It's just gonna hold that anhyzer the whole way. We've got two Meteors. Again, just my standard understable mid-range. And this one's just really beat in, and this one is a little bit newer and a little straighter. Now I have the Buzzz and the Buzzz OS. Perfect complement, my straight to slightly stable, and then my overstable. And finally, a newer addition to my bag is the Swarm. Just a utility disc, super overstable. I can trust it in any wind conditions. Next up are my fairway drivers. I have 4 different molds. We've got the big Z Mantis. This is really beat in, very understable, but it will never leave my bag. I love throwing this uphill in tailwinds. This will be my go-to for that. A little bit of a newer addition to my bag is the Cicada. Kind of working in a little bit slower fairway driver, really dead straight, and I've been leaning on this a lot lately. Another mold that I've had in my bag for a long time is, of course, the Undertaker. I had this as my tour series back in 2020 and 2021. It's still just one of my favorite fairway drivers to throw. Very reliable and really, really straight. And then the newest addition to my bag is the Cigarra. Just a bit more overstable Cicada. I was really getting used to the Cicada. I love the flight and the feel, and so I had to try out the Cigarra to see how it compared, and it's just a really nice complement to the Cicada. It goes really far, but has that little extra stability for that reliable finish. All right, now getting into my distance drivers. As many of you know, I love the Thrasher, so it's no surprise that I have 4 of them in my bag. I won't get into them too much. They all just have a little bit of different stability, really understable. These two are pretty similar, but definitely have a little bit different characteristics. These are my understable ones. And then I have 2 Colorshift Thrashers, have a little bit more stability, and I really lean on these a lot. I think if you see me throwing a Thrasher off the tee, it's almost, I would say 90%, it's gonna be one of these 2. Next up, I have the Captain's Thrashers. I carry 2 right now. This one I've been beating in for a little while, so it's a little more understable, but still has a really reliable finish at the end. And I just put in a brand new one to get that new overstable flight and just to be able to rely on it in the wind. And then finally, a little bit more of a utility disc for me, but I do bag an ESP Force. Again, if it gets really windy out there, I need to have that little extra stability that I can just trust to fight through the headwind. So you won't see this a ton, but I definitely need it when we hit those windier spots on tour. Let's now go through some of the things that I like to carry in my bag on the course. Of course, you gotta have a mini. This mini has been in my bag for a while, has my puppy Pippi on it. It's kind of my good luck charm. Gotta have it on the putting green when I gotta make those putts. Next up, of course, I gotta have the whale sacks in my bag. Keeps my hands dry. Sometimes we get some bad weather out here on tour, and I gotta keep that grip intact. What else? I have this little meter stick. Sometimes walking out your meter is tough to do. I did add this by OB1. They gave this to me because they saw that I was using one on the course, and so yeah, a little nice way to measure out a meter when you're close to an OB line or you unfortunately go OB. What else? Yeah, just a couple extra minis, and of course need some layers and some towels as well. Yeah, like I said, you can pretty much carry anything you want in this bag. I've been loving it, and that's pretty much it. Those are the discs you'll be seeing me throw, at least in the beginning of the 2025 season. So what do you guys think? If you see that there might be any gaps in my bag, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you like to throw, and maybe I can try them out and see if I want to add them to the bag. But right now, that's what I got, and I really look forward to the season getting started, and hopefully you guys are entertained this year. I think it's going to be a great year on the 2025 Pro Tour.